Greetings, fellow LPS tubers. It's me. Hey everyone, it's Sugar Diamond here, and the reason you clicked on this video was to learn about making an LPS series. Now, I would just like to clarify that I'm not exactly the most qualified person to be saying how to make a good series, but along the way of my series making experience, I have learned a lot of tips, a lot of important techniques that I think might be valuable for someone wanting to start their own LPS series. So this will be the first part of this mini two-part series. The second part will all be about visual design and lighting, camera, sets, stuff like that, while this one is more of the foundation work. Now, part 2 and this part 1, are both equally important, and I think that if you want to have a good LPS series, you need to listen to both of these parts equally. Well, use both. I don't even know what I'm talking about. In this part. So, it's unfocused. Tip number 1 is to come up with an original and amazing plot. I know when I say it, it sounds like a super easy thing. The truth is, this bow is not staying on. Oh my gosh, these bows never work. As I was saying, it's super easy to tell someone, oh yeah, just come up with an amazing plot. The truth is, it's really not that simple. Coming up with a plot takes a lot of time, and it'll take a lot of trial and error. I personally have never written a script for a series. Well, okay, actually I take that back. I have written a script for my series, Voltage, which is incomplete and probably will never get finished, even though I spent a lot of time writing all the script for that whole series. So, I personally don't write scripts anymore, or I never even did, and it's not my cup of tea. Or coffee, I should say. But, you know, if you really like writing and feel like scripts are really gonna be what helps you make your own series, then go for it, 110%. Scripts are always super easy to edit if you're on the computer, and you can always improve, look back what you have said. My only precaution that if you do use a script, try not to sound like a robot when you're reading it. Try to have at least like fluctuations in your voice. So now you might be asking, well Jen, how do you remember everything that happens in your series, or how do you come up with the plot and what's going to happen? Well friends, I have a very easy answer to that. Lately, on my past series, this bow, I'm not gonna wear it. On my latest series, Back to the Basics, I actually written out a few notes for the second season. On the first season, I totally just winged it all and I rehearsed each episode. Rehearsing is actually my favorite way when I'm doing a short film or series, and basically every short film and series I do has at least a little bit of rehearsing, so I know the general story idea. What I mean by rehearsing is I just use the LPS, I choose the characters, and then I sort of just play it out. Play it out, guys. Play it out. Yeah, wow, okay. I sort of just go through like a thing, and then that helps jog my memory of what's going to happen. So when I'm actually recording, I totally remember like most of the events that is supposed to happen. But on Back to the Basics, I didn't always rehearse, and sometimes I just want to write down little notes of important bullet points that happen throughout the episode. Like here in my notebook. Here we have episode 7, episode 8, and episode 9, and my camera cord is in the frame. Super brief, really messy writing, literally just took me a few minutes, and I did end up changing a little bit of the storyline as we go. Remember to keep your notes always flexible, so you can, if you have an idea that just pops into your brain one day, you can add it in without having a lot of plot holes or gaps. Because some of the stuff I had written down on the Back to the Basic notes actually never even ended up making it into the series. Now we're going to sort of change topics a little bit into viewer engagement, I guess is what you call it. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, don't ask me. So in my series, Back to the Basics, and I'm just going to keep referring to that series because it's my most recent and well-known one on my channel. In that series, basically, I was going to have Iris and Parker break up. I'm sorry, I don't think I heard that. I was going to have Iris and Parker break up. Excuse me, what did you just say? I was going to have Iris and Parker break up. Originally, that's what I had written down into the series. As time went on, I saw your guys' comments and I realized how much you love them. And I realized that that would be a cruel and inhumane thing to do. So I kept them together. And I think it did work out. And I was going to have other plots go on, but yeah, I'm pretty happy of how both of the seasons turned out. This leads me on to my next point, your video schedule. So when it comes to video schedule, I highly recommend that you get your series done within at least a year. And by at least a year, I mean at least season 1 done within a year. Now, of course, this is just my opinion and my personal experience, but when you have a new episode of a series come out either like once a week or every other week or even like once a month, I just feel like that retains your audience's attention way more because the series is fresh and you're coming out with episodes pretty frequently, so people will come back for more. Whereas if you wait like, let's say, a year to release the second episode, then people will be like, oh, what happened last time? I totally forgot. And if you keep continuing waiting a long amounts of time to release each new episode, then people will eventually just forget about it or not keep up and totally forget about everything that happened in the plot. So that's why I recommend to stock up on episodes. What I mean by this is to maybe record the first 3 episodes of the series, or first 2 episodes, or first 4 or 5, but I don't recommend filming the whole entire series because, as I said earlier, with the Parker and Iris sort of plot, you guys were ones that contributed to the plot. Like, I like to have your guys' feedback to see what you guys want in the series so I can sort of cater that to your guys' wants, but still keeping my vision of the series alive. So to me, I just find that super important to listen to your audience, but at the same time, stay true to yourself. And then tell your viewers the next time the next episode is going to be out. Like, for Back to the Basics Season 2, I had a new episode come out like every, I think, Wednesday, I think. So you guys always knew when the next episode was going to be. Jen, your rambling is getting so annoying. Is this video done yet? Hold up, don't leave yet. Because this next point I'm going to introduce is something that will really add dimension to your series. But first, if you could give this video a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. Characters. They are the foundation of the series. Without characters, well, your series would just look like this. Literally no LPS in sight. So it'd be like, hey guys, what's up today? Oh, nothing much, how about you? Oh, nothing, woohoo! Yeah, so you sort of have to have little LPS actors and actresses, in case you didn't know. In case you didn't know, you know, I wasn't sure if that was obvious. But there's more to this point. First off, once you have the plot of your series, you can then find characters. But before you develop their personalities, you need to find the literal LPS that's going to play that part. Choose some LPS, see what personality and traits you get from them, and this one has a homework on its head. When that happens, someone please explain to me. After finding the LPS, you can just look up on Google popular girl names or popular boy names or popular, like, mystical cat names or whatever, literally, and that is where I get a lot of my names for my characters. And if you just match the vibes with the literal LPS, then boom, perfect, name complete. Now it comes on to character development. I'm sure you've heard of this if you've taken an English or writing class before, but it is important that not only your character looks the part, but they are also acting the part. You want your character to be memorable not only visually, but mentally. Yes, this is getting very deep. I'm sure if you watch season 2 of Back to the Basics, you know who Kendra is. If you don't, then you need to rewatch that series. I have a little question for you guys. You all remembered what Kendra looked like, right? She had brown fur, brown eyes, and you probably remember her pink and outfit. Her pink and what? But now I want you to tell me 3 traits. And by traits, I mean literal personality traits, not physical. So you might say, well, she's sassy, maybe rude, a little stuck up, self-assured, and maybe selfish. Maybe she's just misunderstood. Right there, I just listed quite a few traits for Kendra. But what about Harmony? Well, she's quiet, and she's artistic, creative, and she likes academics. She's best friends with Everly. She's always quiet, there to listen to you. She's just a cool little gal. And let's just do one more character. Oh yes, Parker. He is definitely nerdy, to say the least. He's very caring, very nice, and he really does try his best. He is a little more quiet, but he can open up, and he's funny when he's not trying to be, and he's just awkward and pretty relatable as a high school student. So if you can name a few traits about the character, personality traits that is, and you show that in your series, then viewers will pick up on what you're trying to portray their personality as, if that makes sense. Another thing I want to add into pre-filming your episodes is that sometimes you, the creator, will lose interest in your own series, and I am guilty of this. I have a few incomplete little series. It's because I lost interest in that series, or it just took too long to make, and that lost motivation for me. So this is also why I recommend pre-filming, or pre-recording. I really hope part 1 helped you guys a lot. Or maybe just a little bit, you know, that's fine too. So now that you have the fundamentals and foundation to your new LPS series, we can get on to the visual parts of it. But that will be in part 2. Oh, and if you sticked around this long, don't leave yet. I have a little special announcement for all of you who stuck around. I can grammar. This summer, I will have a new series coming out. Now, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but since you stayed to the end, I can make a few exceptions. Basically, in this series, it's going to be relatable and realistic fiction because it's going to be a high school drama series. No, wait. It's not going to be at all anything like LPS Popular or any other high school series out there. It's definitely one of a kind. I'm very proud of the story. I am proud of the characters. I am excited. There's no official name for the series yet, but I think that... Were you just about to spoil the new series? Nope. Just telling them there's a new series. Okay, if you say so. Well, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope these tips really helped, and be on the lookout for part 2 coming soon to a screen near you. Anyways, guys, have a safe and wonderful and magical day. Bye.